Let's make some stone walls. Yeah, with the SBG hobby going all Shire based now, I thought it'd be good to sort of take time to make some smaller building Middle Earth videos. All the other ones have been quite large and, you know, quite long. I don't know, do we have the time in this modern life to sort of sit through videos that long? So I thought the next few months or so we're going to do shorter videos, see if that, you know, helps. Looking at the analytics, people only watch about 7 minutes of them on average anyway, so let's go for shorter videos. Little projects you can make really quickly and get on your table and get playing with. In this first one, I'm going to look at making some stone drywalls. If you look in the Fellowship of the Ring movie, you can see where Frodo meets Gandalf. You can see some stone walls in the background. So they're obviously quite common in the Shire, so I thought we'd have a go at making some of those. So the first thing I'm going to do is have a look at get some pictures from the film, and also find some pictures of stone wall on the internet. So which you've got having a look at here. So that's going to be my plan. We're going to use some aquarium gravel, some large aquarium gravel for the actual stone. Some cardboard for the base, and a hot glue gun. Links to what I've used will be in the description, where possible, if it's from Amazon. The stone aquarium stuff, you just have to go to your pet store and get. But yeah, let's get on with it. First up, you're going to need some thick cereal box card for this. You can use other cards, perhaps some chipboard, if you have it. You can also use this. This is 3mm chipboard. This is probably the best bet, but for this I want to make it so more people can be able to do it with sort of easy, ready available materials. So all we're going to do is come down and we're going to make it 6 inches long by 1/2 inch wide. Next up, we are going to get a glue gun, and we're going to use some aquarium gravel. This is large aquarium gravel. And to get a glue gun, and we are going to glue a row of stones onto it. I'm doing a little bit of glue at a time just because I don't want the glue to dry out. Hot glue gun dries quite quickly. Then we're going to go across and do another row, just making sure the stones are slightly offset from each other. A bit like how when you do a brick patterning foam, but in this case we're using actual real stones. And finally we are going to do a third row of stones. Because this is a Shire wall, I'm only doing 3 rows because Shire folk are shorter. But if you're going to use this for, I don't know, another game, you might want to consider doing a 4th row. And that's the basic wall done. You can just see here I am just comparing it to a little Hobbit sheriff, just to make sure it's adequately high enough, not too high, not too short. Perfect. Once the glue has dried, with hot glue gun, you get all these wispy bits, so I'm just going through them, getting rid of them, peeling them off. With all the wispy bits off, you might have a few fairly big gaps in it. So all I'm doing is I'm just using the glue gun and just splodging a bit of glue in there. 1, this will make it look better, and 2, it will help make it stronger as well. Might have to go back through and pull off any wispy bits that have happened. Gonna undercoat it in black now. This is slightly watered down black. And go through, undercoat the whole thing. I even undercoat underneath, just because even though you're not really going to see it, I know it's there, it just makes it feel like a real product, as it were. And I'm going to let this dry. All in all, you can get 6 walls done and undercoated in about 10-15 minutes. Longest part now is letting this watered down glue dry before we move on to the next step, which is the actual getting some real colour onto it. Okay, so I'm going to start painting grey with my cat on the desk here with me, helping out in your hobo. So what I'm going to do, undercoated, we're just going to use Dawnstone. Now, I normally on terrain projects I sort of say not to use GW paints, but it's not because I don't like them. I actually really like GW paints. It's just because of the cost effectiveness of doing terrain. Normally you're doing quite a large area with terrain, whereas these are quite small. As you can see, I've only just put one in. I've pretty much done half already, sort of one brush load. So you can get away with using GW paints for this. I really like them. So it's going to do Dawnstone on all of them, giving it a little. I'm not too worried about covering up all the black. Strong black showing through is good. So I'm just going to do this and leave these to dry. Oh, off you go, hobo. Oh, my cat's back, really in shot now. Next layer we're going to use is Administration Grey, Fortress Grey, and off he goes again. Just wants to get in the initial shot. So with this, it's just going to be a somewhat light dry brush over it. Just trying to pick out raised areas. That's all we're doing. Final sort of painting stage on the bricks itself, it's just to tone down this grey. Got one done here. I don't know if you can really pick it up on camera. It's just this bit too blue grey, so I just want to tone it down a little bit. So for that, we're going to use some Usapi bone. I wish they would just stick with bleach bone for back in the day. Anyway, Old Man Grumble. I think I could pronounce the old paint name. So we're just going to get some of that and dry brush it on just lightly. You'll pick out all the raised bits anyway, and just kill off sort of the grey blueness that we've quite get a bit more natural if you look on the pictures at the beginning of the video. It's just that. Just takes the edge off that, the grey of it. Last stage, the painting is just to get some Rhinoxide and just paint over the black base with it. Not totally necessary as we're going to flock it, but if any flock shows through, it kind of gives a nice effect underneath. Next up, we're going to flock it. So, got some green flock. This is Woodland Scenics Green Blend, glue, some water with paintbrush just to water the glue down a bit. Because this glue is quite thick that I use, but it dries really quick. I'll water it down a bit. What I'm going to do is just paint on over the brown base with some glue. And just do one half at a time. It will be easier. Make sure you get some on the edges here. And just get it in. Tap off any excess, and there you go. It's got to do the other side and all the others. The other side's done. We're just going to put this to one side, let it totally dry, and we'll carry on adding flocks and grasses on. There's a bit more work to do yet. pretty much almost getting there now. We're just going to add some extra bits of detail, some bits of moss, and for that I'm using this static grass. This is what Games Workshop used to do, so it's like this spring sort of colour. I wish they stopped making it now, and I love this stuff, so I'm going to have to find another manufacturer who does something similar. So if anyone knows of a company that does sort of this colour static grass, let me know in the comments please, that'd be amazing. So all we're going to do is get some glue and just going to look at it and just look at the picture I used at research at the beginning of the video. I just had little patches every so often, so I'm going to do a bit there, and what I'm going to do is just look from above, and if there's any bits that stick out anywhere, like this, I can see this bit here, that's going to get a bit glue on. If there's any large gaps where the rocks haven't, you know, odd shape and didn't match up perfect, I'm going to put some there, but not too much. I don't want to overdo it, just a few patches I think, and then just get it, dab it on, a bit there, a bit there, dab off the excess, and yeah, just that. Let me just like that. And why does the cameras always want to focus in on the wrong thing? Focus in on this. Stupid cameras. So hopefully you get the idea. I was going to do that to all the others. And I think the final thing what I want to do is just get some little bits of clump foliage like this. This is light green from Woodland Scenic, so it's got some olive green here just in case, and just a couple of bits. Just gonna get some glue, get a little clump of it, dab it in the glue, and just sort of look somewhere on here, perhaps in the middle here, and just put a little bit on like that. Not too much, might do a bit of olive. This is quite a similar green. Come here. And yeah, put it down the opposite side, the opposite end. It's like that. And that's how it looks. Now, normally at this stage I would do a little showcase of it all set up, but it's only a wall, but because these are shorter videos, there's going to be a sort of series of different things. Once we've built all the different bits I want to build, I can do a showcase where we sort of set up a Shire based board, I guess. But for now, that is a stone wall. I mean, you can put it so simple, you can actually add a bit more detail, perhaps some longer grass growing out here if you wanted to. It could be quite nice, some sort of tall static grass, but I kind of like that. In my thing, the Shire is going to be quite well maintained, but I think that looks nice. So that is it for this one. I think the next video we're going to look at making some fences. So until then guys, take care. Thanks for watching, we hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and leave a comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Stick with the channel for many great videos to come.